architect, and today I am sharing the Fullstack interview question and answer, which is again backend we are having .NET Core and frontend we are having the React and Azure Cloud, Microsoft Azure Cloud for the cloud side services. And this is asked is very reputed MNC, I will say, and for that please stay on tune and please watch this video till the end. So without wasting our time, let's start. So the question is, first they ask what is comfortable you are in, like comfortable first in the .NET side, backend side, or React side or cloud side. So according to that we have to choose the portion. They will start from that. So I told okay, I will start from the .NET backend side. So they started. Then the question was asked. First one is like, what is .NET Core? So .NET Core is a cross-platform open source framework used to build high-performance application like web API, microservices, and cloud app. It supports the dependency injection, middleware, async programming, and microservices architecture. Then second question they ask, what is the difference between the .NET framework and .NET Core? In the .NET framework we can see we have only Windows only support and .NET Core having a cross platform. It means we can work on the like Mac, we can work on the Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, like that. .NET framework supporting the monolithic, .NET Core supporting the modular, I will say. .NET framework, the speed I will say we have a slower compared to .NET Core, and .NET framework we doesn't have cloud things over there, no Docker support over there, and in the .NET Core we have .NET site cloud ready, Docker support over there. So that's why right now in the market you see everything is right now moving into the .NET Core side because of these features. Next we have what is middleware in ASP.NET Core. Middleware is a component in the request response pipeline that handle request before they reach the controller. And example will say like authentication, logging, exception handling. And in the simplest way we can say we have every request passes through middleware one by one before reaching the controller. Next question we have, how dependency injection work in .NET Core. DI allows us to inject a required object instead of creating them manually, making code loosely coupled and testable. Lifetime we have transient, scope, singleton, new instance every time, scope 1 per request, singleton 1 per entire app, like that. Next we have, how do you handle the global exception handling. We have custom middleware. So using custom middleware we can handle and apply the try catch option. And in the interview we can see like I handle all the unhandled exceptions centrally using the middleware and return the standardized error response. Next question we have async and await. Why we use it? Async and await is using for the non-blocking operation. The benefit for this, improve the performance, better scalability, no thread blocking. Okay, so and after that the next question they have, what is entity framework core. If you know you can say yes, if you don't know say no, because on this also there are multiple practical coding question also they ask. So I have experience on this, so I mention like okay, yes. So they mentioning okay, what is entity framework core, EF core. Then it is a ORM framework that allow database operation using the C# instead of the SQL. And features we have link queue, code first, migrations, lazy and eager loading. Then in that they ask like write one of the code using the lazy loading, and why we are using the lazy loading over there. So we have to give the example also with the code syntax. Next question we have, how do you optimize the API performance? It is a very crucial important question. So we are optimizing the API by help of async calls, caching, pagination, indexes in DB, avoid overfetching data. Next question we have, what is JWT authentication? JWT authentication is a token based authentication mechanism. It is flow user login, server return JWT, client side token in headers, and API validation token over there. Next they ask, okay, we are moving to the .NET code in the microservices side. They ask like, what is a microservices? So it is the architecture when each services is independently deployable, and benefit of this is scalability, fault isolation, faster deployment. And after that, the second panel was started on the React side, front end side, and they asked like, okay, first give me why we are using the React instead of the Angular, because we already have, what is the difference between them, when to use React, when to use Angular, like that. Then React is a JavaScript library used to build the UI component using a component based architecture, like that. And you have to properly know what is the framework or what is the front end we are using for this project, what is the requirement, what is the logic and reason behind that, what is the business requirement behind that. So we are going for this coding and technology and flow over there. As a developer we have to know all these things. Next question they ask, what is the functional and class component difference over there? So in the functional we have a hooks, in the class we have a lifecycle method. Functional we have a simple, class we have a complex one. Functional is a faster one, class is slower one. Next we have, what are the hooks? So hooks in React is used for state and lifecycle feature functional component, and common hooks are use state, use effect, use context, use memo. Next we have, what is a use effect? We have used to handle side effect like API calls. Use effect, fetch data. What is virtual DOM? React update only change component, not the whole page. It is going for the better performance. Next we have, how do you pass the data between the components? So we have parent to child passing over there with the help of props. We have child to parent calling with the help of callback. We have unrelated component using the context and Redux. Next, what is a Redux? Redux is a state management library for handling the global state, and core part of this is store, action and reducer. Next we have, what is a control versus uncontrolled component. In React we have React control input, which is control, and uncontrolled is like DOM control input. How do you call the .NET Core API from the React? We have using the fetch or Axios. Using this we are able to fetch the data from the React. How do you secure the front-end routes? So we have JWT token, protected route, role-based access. Next we have full stack integration question over there. So we have like how React and .NET Core communicate. We are communicating with the help of REST API using the JSON. Next they ask like, how do we handle the calls? So enable calls in .NET Core, service.add calls. Next they have to like how you are deploying everything like front end, back end, DB. What is the flow for that, for your application, how it is going on. So for the back end we are using the Azure App Services, front end using the Azure Static Web Apps, DB we are using the Azure SQL, and CI/CD using the Azure DevOps. And last I will give the bonus point as a tips. I will say, I mentioned here already. when answering we have to be know like this pattern. Explain what, why, and how with example. This gives the better understanding, better demonstration over there, and I will say the good impact for your interview, for your topics, for your any topic what we are discussing or what interview will be discussing. Example, I use the middleware for global exception handling because it centralize error logic and keep controller clean. So this is the example I will say. Similarly, whatever the other question you get, you have to be answer like that. This pattern, what, why, how plus example. So this is the some question which I shared here, and if you want to be more coding question over there what they ask, for that please comment it down. I will provide those questions, and also if you want I can make the video on that part also in the next upcoming video. Till then, bye, happy learning, happy coding, stay healthy, stay happy, bye.